Good morning, good morning. Let's see what we can get with this news here. Quick look so far. 15-minute. We did get above that daily we were talking about, so in that recap yesterday, we wanted to see these equal highs get ran. Let's move this real quick. We fell short yesterday. We ended up running that today, which is nice. We got above it, spent some time in the new week opening gap, and now we're starting to kind of move away from it. If we go down to the 1 minute real quick, let's see if the new week opening gap pops up. Classic. Can't get it. Oh well. Our new week opening gap is in here. For some reason it doesn't show up on these lower time frames. But if we look here, really still expecting discounts. So we got above it. Right, also getting above the daily. We can bring that back now. Because you'll see as we leave the daily fair value gap, we leave that with another bullish fair value gap right here. Consequent encroachment aligned perfectly. And then the 830, we kind of run that. Clearing the short-term low, we hold, and we accelerate into this new week opening gap. So at this point, we'll kind of have to see how we open because we've reached a pretty higher time frame objective up here in this new week opening gap, and we've kind of displaced back below. So if we kind of start, right, like if we were to retake this, we may aim for some lows within this daily fair value gap here. Ideally, right, we have this buy side labeled, and then we have this one too. So I wouldn't mind continuing to run for buy side, especially because we've gotten above this daily fair value gap. We've kind of been stuck inside it the past few days. We're retesting it right now. We'll see if news can't give us some type of manipulation and then potentially a bounce that we could work within. Midnight levels here as well. So I wouldn't mind running a low, holding midnight, and then we could try to reverse this. Yeah, I'd favor continued bullishness, to be honest. Dollars wicked some highs on a higher time frame, so that's kind of nice. Right, we'll go to the hourly here, so higher time frame. We've wicked this, holding this premium. So I wouldn't mind holding this and actually trying to clear out some lows in the dollar, which should be able to accelerate NQ and ES as well. Right, both of them. 4 hour daily. Okay. We'll see, we'll see. Best case scenario would be some, let's see what we'd want. We did clear these lows, so we've already ran those. But I'd like to maybe run those one more time. And then displace back above this fair value gap right here. Conversely, if we can, we have an untapped inefficiency in here. So I feel like we'll want to get up into that regardless. We may use news as a catalyst to kind of catapult us straight into that. That's on a 2 minute. 20 seconds. Let's see. Indices out of sync. Ooh, so we get an extreme dump lower here. Let's see if that's what just that wick. So we've actually cleared really all that sell side we were saying. We said if we can get below this, we'd look for these lows to get cleared. Instead, we just wick those right now. So actually, I wouldn't mind holding this and just reversing immediately. We'll see if we can hold the midnight level in itself. Holding midnight would be nice. Huge candle, okay. So after that wick now, if we were to basically re-attack, I think like midnight and previous day low, we're gonna wanna attack this wick. With how aggressive that wick was, if we're bullish, we really should not need to violate that. If we were to violate that, I would really go back to bearishness for this time being and kind of look for like new day opening gap and new week opening gap here. We'd really just want to see price rip against this right now. Yeah, 5 minutes, pretty good as well, right? New week opening gap, midnight, previous day high. So a lot of discounts in here, which is why we'd want this to hold. We did trade into discount fair value gaps down here. Just want to see that 5 minute continue to support us. Beauty. Best case scenario, we hold 830 as well. Ooh, just gave it up. That's okay. Trap short sellers here, aggressive down move, and now run against their stops into new week opening gap. And potentially that 1 hour liquidity point. We do have a 4 hour, but at this point, right? Oh, that's NQ right there. Let me go to ES. Yeah, okay, same idea. So we do have that 4 hour. I'm actually long here as well. I got long on this huge wick candle, previous day high. I'm actually break even right now. Turtle soup entry. Do you bless me? But real quick, we look. So we have this untapped 4 hour that's down here. To be honest, if we are bullish, I really wouldn't want to see that be traded into. We may need to get down there so we could reassess our ideas, but I'm looking at this 4 hour that's right here. So within our daily, we had this original 4 hour that's been holding us, right, yesterday and the day before. We're able to get above that, and we actually find support once, potentially twice here. So even though we do have a lower fair value gap, I'd prefer that we actually hold this inversion that we've created already, which is here. Right, and you can see that's kind of what we've wicked into pretty aggressively. So we'll see if we can't, yeah, hold that. I would prefer that we don't get below that. If we do get below this, then we can look for the other 4 hour, which would be right here. So that could probably give us a potential setup to look for a short. Right, if we close below this, how far is that? About 5 handles. So maybe we can get something into that one, but for the time being, I'd favor that we hold this one. Really hold midnight. I don't want to see much lower than midnight. Starting to hold 830, not too big of a fan of that. Kind of holding this little bearish fair value gap here as well. Inversion. 5-minute bearish volume imbalance we've opened with. Yeah, was a little worried we might run into this consolidation here. All right, we've delivered into that objective prior to the opening. When that happens, we kind of tend to be a little choppier. Was hoping news can give us something. So we'll see if we can't get moving. Dollar super pump. Whoa. Huge. Whoa, whoa, whoa. Okay. So that makes me think. Hold up. That makes me think we might just dump real quick. Here's NQ, kind of in the same spot, a little ugly. But as we take a quick look at the dollar, look at this. Whoa, hey there. So that's bearish in indices. I want to see what we do with that 5-minute fair value gap that's right there. Closing under midnight. We're hit at break even as well, previous day low, so we just got tapped out right there. So break even, that's fine. We'll see if, honestly, if we leave that fair value gap open, I like that idea of potentially looking to go short. I did want to see a run higher, but with the dollar so aggressively running higher, just need to be a little wary of that. One thing that may help us, however, is like we're kind of right. We're not meet or getting met with the same speed here lower as we are in the dollar as it continues to pump. So let's say that dollar is just reaching for this high again. If we can run that high and then give us another pretty aggressive sell-off, that'd be good for longs. Because now we'll have, right, really 3 lows here. We've yet to take out lows again. Yeah, it's a huge move, geez. No fair value gap left behind. However, we are under that midnight, so now I'm kind of watching, right? We have a few PD arrays. Midnight may want to hold us. You'll see how this original 4-hour that we mentioned we want to hold is an inversion. We're finding support there in the short term. I'd watch the 5-minute, to be honest. That midnight level. Dollar's getting... didn't clear the high just quite yet. Let's plan ahead a little bit. We have equal highs in the dollar right now. If we were able to, that's this level. I'm saying if we can run this high while holding this 4-hour, so kind of need both to play out. Let's say we were to hold this, get back above the midnight, and especially this 5-minute while this clears the buy side and starts retracing. I wouldn't mind testing out the long. Conversely, if we close under that 4-hour consequent encroachment, to me, that's more bearish than anything. Especially if the dollar was to close above this level. So we're approaching it now. Let's see what we get. We're approaching the buy side and we're hitting the 4-hour at the same time. So it should give us something to work off. We close right on that. Okay. So that seems a little more bearish as well. Midnight still holding us. Still no fair value gaps at all. No 5, no 1. Right, in this whole price leg. So if we're going to try to go short here, we really need to use either previous day high or maybe the high of that 4-hour. We do have a swing point there. as we mentioned, maybe we do want to come into this 4 hour at this point. 30-second fair value gap. Dollar displaces through that high, so that's more bullish. NQ, damn, what's going on, fellas? Price has not been our friend lately. Been moving hideous while we've been streaming this week. No inefficiency still. We didn't get below that 4 hour, but we've tested it. I mean, we've hit that perfectly. So I'm interested to see. We might try to use a midnight. It's just tough because there's nothing really in here to suggest a short. Dollar does pump. NQ's hideous. Even worse than ES right now. Right, there's dollar taking off. But let's look at NQ though. Yikes! Oh my, what is that? That hurts my eyes. That's actually crazy. As we said, capital preservation is key in these type of conditions. So we're not in a rush. We'd like to get a trade, but we are not in a rush to pull the trigger. Because boy. All right, okay. So if we can retrace, I want to see, do we wick this? 5 minute closes above as well. 15 minute might as well. So we're going to see if that does. Still holding the 4 hour. As we said, if we can get back above the 5 minute, I don't mind that either. Midnight being retested. Bruh. Dirty ass, what is going on? The algo's broken, as they say. The concepts don't work. They've discovered us. That's funny. I mean, no, in reality, right, we're still just in that daily consolidation. Let's zoom out. Let's not get lost. We often get zoomed in, can be a little distracting, but we understand, right? We've cleared a daily liquidity level after a large expansive moves of only, right, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 straight days bullishness to reach this liquidity. So it makes sense that we'll see a few days of kind of just chopping around that level now. Right, and I actually wouldn't mind. That's kind of why I would like to see that be hit again. You'll often notice that when we clear liquidity levels, we actually hit them a few times. So that's this level that's right here. So we have a few different little areas to aim for. Right, buy side, that's that old liquidity, and then this here is, what's this one? Oh my, why is the line so long? Another buy side, okay. Midnight still holding though. Right, notice how we're kind of struggling to get back above that midnight after we've gotten below it. I'm proud of myself for not. Honestly though, right, it's a good idea. Kind of like we said yesterday, knowing when not to do something is just as beneficial. Might even be more beneficial. Because that's when you really save money. Right, it's very easy to chop yourself up in the conditions that we've been having the past few days. And if that's the case, right, then you're not really giving yourself an opportunity to take advantage of the good price action when it comes around. Let's hit up that 5 minute. Yeah, we're holding that. We held that 4 hour, I mean, beautifully. We need to watch this though, because this will be the first time we're coming into the 5 minute as a inversion. Right, so we support once, support twice, support 3 times, displace through it. If we reach into that, that'll be the first test of it as an inversion. We're actually hitting this volume imbalance already. I like the idea of getting above it to where we can then use it for longs, but if it does hold us, we understand why, especially with dollar trying to continue to go higher. At this point, I'm looking at NQ. I don't even want to because NQ is quite literally in a blender. Right, that's just, whoa. baby food. That's what we call that. Mush. Garbage. At least we're kind of moving here down in ES, whereas this, that's just actually crazy to me. I haven't seen this terrible PA in a minute, especially with high impact news. Shit makes me laugh. All right. Dollar. Dollar's still going. Dollar is out of hither. We're gonna keep it. Yeah, we'll keep it on the side right here. NFP on Friday. No? When's NFP ever been on Thursday? Am I tripping? Is today Thursday? Nah, today's Wednesday, right? I'm not tripping. I'm not tripping. You got me double checking on my shit. Yeah, okay. NFP on Friday. But NFP week, as we often said during NFP week, we try to be done by 8 o'clock today. Right, so usually we kind of let today, tomorrow play out, but we'll come back tomorrow to watch as well. We might even do fucking a Friday stream too. 5 streams this week, just ball out. Ooh, and we have CPI and FOMC same day. Oh, okay, that's gonna be crazy next week actually. That low-key might be why we've been like this all week. We tend to have FOMC and CPI. They're not on the same day. Next week, they're on the same day, which is going to, I think, lead to some absolute carnage. And that's actually what we may be waiting for. So for now, we're nothing to do. If we get above this, if we close above the 5 minute, I will try to use that with this swing low to target. I mean, that's even aggressive there. I'll use the consequent encroachment of it like that. Swing low under new day or previous day high to get into, I like this, but we'll partial here. Reaching for this up here though. What facts? Come on. I wouldn't mind some expansion. It's all right. Once we start moving, we'll be good. We'll be good. Right, that's how the market provides value. It rewards the patience. Those who can live through the chop get to celebrate the expansion. Psychological warfare, the market really be messing with y'all. At least for me, right? Early on, I'd be chopped up all week. Let's say I get chopped up all week here. And then next week, if we get good price action, then you don't feel confident, right? You don't trust it. Just like Zeno's saying, creates that fear to where now you don't want to execute and then it moves perfectly. And then you get even more upset that it moved how you like. So then you try to force it and then you get stopped. Oh my. It's a never ending spiral, to be honest, if you're not careful. Very, very vicious. And most people don't understand that, right? They think, oh, see the patterns, trade the patterns. Nah, fellas. Psychology is just as important. Probably more important. So as we mentioned, first test of the inversion, 5 minute, boom, here. I want to see if we hold that. 5 minute looks like it's about to close back underneath. If it does, and especially if we close back underneath the 5 minute or the midnight open, excuse me. Like I said, I don't want to force something though. What's the dollar doing? No, ES is actually dead. Something happened. Or NQ. Something happened to NQ. There goes that retracement, which is nice. Look at this. What is this? NQ traders, what's happening? What'd y'all do to NQ? That is absolutely ridiculous. Let me see that in all its glory. Holy cow. That's crazy. Dollar going lower. ES. Let's go ahead and rip. Especially, ooh, okay. New swing low put in place, supporting midnight. That's cool. So I still like that. We now have a new low that we can use though. So a little bit tighter of a stop. Still the same idea. I need to get above the 5. If we don't get above it, we don't do nothing. Yeah, this long here was really just a turtle soup. Right? I saw that we were kind of stair-stepping lower. Boom. Stair step. We create equal highs. So I was really going to target those. That's why I was trying to hold this. We didn't get up in there. But same idea, right? Stair stepping. We have highs. Boom. Stair stepping. Equal highs again. So now at 10 o'clock when we do this huge wick into midnight, into previous day high, and into the 4 hour. I was trying to enter on the 4 hour, but I just got filled a little bit higher because it was moving quickly. But the long, simply kind of a turtle soup understanding. We have relative equal lows paired perfectly with previous day high. We're already inside this daily fair value gap. So to me, I was really just expecting that this was a Judas swing, and that's why I went ahead and went long. So as we wicked into the 4 hour, we're moving away from it. I went long, and then I put my stop right under that 4 hour fair value gap. As we ran back up into the 830, then I went break even right away because I didn't want to see us retrace. We ended up getting stopped out. But pretty simple understanding of just clearing all the sell side and understanding. We had buy side left behind, so I'm just trying to target that. Nothing too, I guess, extravagant on that one. Because I like midnight, right? You often find midnight, previous day high. They tend to act as support or resistance, dynamic support or resistance based on what we're doing. So that's why I was kind of confident just kind of going in rather than waiting for confirmation. But now let's see if we can't get above the 5 minute here. We have 2 minutes until the 5 minute candlestick closes. So I'd actually prefer we did get above it. Okay. I was going to say I'd prefer to wait for the 5 minute to close, which I still might. This could be an aggressive entry right here already. We wanted to use consequent encroachment. And if we look and notice, I mean, we leave a volume imbalance right there. And the midpoint of that volume imbalance is consequent encroachment of the 5 minute. So that's not random. So I do like that. So we're going to go like this. Oh my gosh, brother. Instead, it uses the high of it and rips. That makes sense. Why wouldn't it? We'll see if we can't get a retracement though. I still don't mind it because, as we said, the 5 minute hasn't closed. So maybe the 5 minute can close above it and then we get the retracement and we'll try to get long there. But we may have missed our one shot using the inversion right away. Oh, do we volume balance entry right here? We haven't done one of those in a minute. Yeah, we'll try it. We haven't done that in a while. Go low risk. That's displacement right there into new week opening gap. We're going to try to go with the volume balance entry here. Trying to capitalize on bullish momentum. So that means stop loss for us. In this case, yeah, 2.5 handles. I don't mind that actually. We can go underneath 830 in my opinion, because I wouldn't want to see that really be hit. I just don't like that new week opening gap kind of holding us right there. We'll do it though. Going with lower risk because it's a high. Oh, too slow. Okay. Low risk. Create. Oh no. Faster. Okay. We're in. Stop loss. Move that for now. Want continued expansion. Also have that fair value gap there, so. I don't mind that. Stop loss under that. So yeah, that's fine actually with me. 5 minute is closed above. See if we can't accelerate here. This is aggressive. We're gonna go 5 handle partial should get us into this. So we'll go 1 there if we can. And then we'll try to, yeah, okay. Ooh, I like that. Closing above new opening gap, cool. Let's just run it. Since we have no inefficiencies in here, just want speed. Don't really want, so at this point, don't want this to be hit. That's all that we needed to really do, so I'd prefer if we just ran. We're gonna leave this because we never hit consequent encroachment, so we could maybe run back into that, but ideally we hold this new opening gap and just go. We'll try to partial here as we said. That'll give us 5 handles, and then we'll actually just go for that high. Consequent encroachment of the new opening gap in there. I'm an NQ trader. An NQ absolute rips. Whoa, okay. This is interesting price action, to be honest, today. Look at that. I mean, consolidation leads to expansion, right? We should just keep running. Dollar retrace. YM dump? Man, no one likes YM anyway. Yeah, rather interesting markets today. Whatever though, we're in. We hold it. Same entry on the funded, so. Low key, I might add one more right here. Dollar cost average. Dollar's trying to rally. Don't do it. Do not do it. We're getting held at a 5-minute volume imbalance. Boom, here. Like this. Aside from that, right, aside from the 2-minute, we're aiming for the 2-minute, but there's also a 5-minute right here that we've hit. So we're hitting this premium and we're being held here. If we can get above that, right, notice it's really been holding us since it was formed. 1, 2, 3 times, we move away, 4 times, 5 times, 6 times, 7 times. Retest. Let's run it. At least go partial. Once we partial, we can go. This is a little interesting because if this wick could have got into consequent encroachment, we would have went stop right under that low. But because we left that open, we can run into a situation where we hit this and then come back to clear that low, still hold, and run. So this will be an instance where we actually probably leave the stop where it is. And then if we get stopped, it'll become a break-even trade rather than a profitable one, which is okay because, yeah, that's fine. It's getting to these equal highs though, at least, right? So at this point, we're getting through the 5 minute. Don't really care about it as much anymore. Want these equal highs right here. Buy side. And then we just need one handle above that. Not even a handle. There's the buy side. We need one more tick. Oh dear. Knowing us, we're not going to get the extra tick. We're just going to get fucking ripped on right now. Like if we went greedy, we could just partial right there. But you know me. Do it. All right, partialed. Beauty. And then I'm going to go, I only have one here, but I still have a few contracts left on the funded. So we're going to go, I like this as external target. And then we're going to try to, we'll take one more partial at these highs here. If we can get into that, of course. Right, we often speak of how the last premium will hold us if we don't want to actually clear liquidity. So this will hold us if the objective is not to run out these equal highs, we're going to get held here and we're going to retrace back on ourselves. I think if we can close above that fair value gap, that should be, I mean, a good sign. Dollar starting to dump. Okay. I think we're good. I think we're on side, so we're going to hold that. At this point, we'll use the stop loss as our partialing mechanic. Because we're going to take one partial right there at that high. Right, we would really aim for this as a partial. But we can't partial. Clear the buy side. 2 minutes should close above that, which would be beautiful. And then we can run into our buy side objective. We can cut risk because at this point, we have a few discounts, right? 1 fair value gap, 2 fair value gaps, 3 fair value gaps, volume imbalance, new week opening gap. So at this point, if we were to come down all the way through that, we would more than likely run so we could actually put our stop right there. Another partial would be there. We can care less about the volume imbalances. Partial 2 for me. So I got one more contract on to target the actual high. Now we go break even, stop underneath that candle there. Partial there. Final target becomes buy side here. And then we try to go back in using the 2 minute inversion, to be honest, to target up here. Yeah. Okay. New week opening gap high, touched. I want buy side. NQ blasting off into outer space. So we should be able to. That's crazy. I might even hold this for longer, to be honest. Let's see what we could aim for. We could probably go for that old liquidity as we were mentioning right here. Nah, it's all right. We'll go low hanging fruit, buy side objective. You want to do it. One tick. Volume and balance is nice. Should be able to get up in there. Close above new week opening gap. Low key, jeez. I was like, I want to go long again, but I want to use this 2 minute. After we hit the buy side, we could retrace. So if we get taken out here, we're going to go back in and try to use the 2 minute inversion. Second entry to then take us into old liquidity and then potentially that buy side up here, honestly. I think we're about to take off. Don't be disrespectful. Equal highs right there. Low that new week opening gap. There is a fair value gap there, so we could hold that. Wouldn't want to see that cleared until we clear the buy side, and then we could run back. Matter of fact, I would actually not mind that at all, because then we'll have a short-term low to pick up. So let's run the buy side, get us out. Then we'll put in our second limit for the 2 minute here. With the expectation this here becomes a breakaway gap. This 1 minute fair value gap. Right. Wick. Ha! Tap this close and run into it. There it is. Straight through. Wait. Magnet. Whoa. There it is. Ah, see? Just gotta get the magnet. Beauty. Okay, cool. So now we're fully out. We go back in here. 2.5 handles. Low-key new week opening gap might hold us, but I like the idea of wicking into this. And then this will be the last trade for the day. Whoa, shoot. That was quick. We got in though. Now we look for another pump up to get us out here at this. As we said, stop under here. I want this to be a breakaway gap, this 1 minute. So I don't want to see that be retraded into, so we can go stop above that one and below this one that's right here. Closing back above new week opening gap. Best case scenario, chef's kiss. And then we take off. We need to get back above this volume imbalance right here. And then we could go partial. 5 handles is that high. I mean, I want more than that though. Fuck it, we're gonna go like this. We're gonna go way up here. We're gonna go partial 1 here. Modify. Un partial. That becomes partial for us. Boop. Right. Boom. No italicized. All right, what do you think about the notion indices were held in place while DXY had a huge pump, since it was obvious they wanted to take them higher? So, I mean, honestly, Mike, that's really personal preference. So, like, you kind of saw it, right? We had that same idea that we expect a huge move to take place here. And kind of like you're saying, dollar is going higher while the indices are being held. So, when the dollar retraces, we expect ES to take off rather rapidly. However, for me, I still think we would be given an opportunity to enter. And that's why, right, we use the volume imbalance entry here. You could have very easily used, like when we first spoke of it, the 5 minute, and then just put a larger stop down low. That's valid as well. I just like having a little bit tighter stops. So, I mean, you can do what you said. That's perfectly valid. Just for my own personality, I don't like really having larger stops. So I'll look for a more precise area to enter. And that came here, which allowed us that entry. But yeah, right. If it is obvious that price wants to rip higher, there's nothing wrong with just kind of market ordering in on a higher time frame and having your stop under a logical area that should hold price. Because that was really quick and then did not give us the time. Well, no, look, we got in right there. I mean, I guess we could have got in lower, of course, right? But I'm content with that, I guess is what I'm saying. Whereas, like, say, okay, so if you wanted to catch this whole move, then yeah, you could have done something to where you say, all right, we wick the 4 hour. I don't think the 4 hour gets broken. So sure, you can just go in like that, right, and hold it to target the buy side, which is perfectly fine too. But to me, right, that is almost the same risk reward to what we actually took, right? That's a 3 risk reward. Where to where we entered, we go like this to target that buy side. And it's still the same RR, even though it's, right, not, the move isn't as large, but it's really the risk that you're risking that matters. Oh, we don't like that. We need to wick that. Need to hold this here. Slight consolidation. 2 minute sense. We have that 2 minute fair value gap there, which we may need to get into. But I don't want to move the stop. Yeah, we'll just eat that. If we get stopped, we eat the stop. The stop loss is about a quarter of what we got in profit. So that's why I'm fine just kind of holding it, right? Because if we get stopped out, we still have majority profits. Almost using the profits as a hedge for the short that we already, or the long here. Bearish fair value gap. Ideally, we kind of push right through that. At this point, because this may hold us, right? Bearish fair value gap paired with new week opening gap. That's pretty bearish. So we might get held here, run into our stop. But if we can displace through that, that'd be really nice to see. And then at that point, I'd actually go stop below that low right there because we've cleared some sell side. More than likely, though, I think this would hold us. Dollar starting to bounce off its 830 level. NQ is forming what we would call a bull flag, right? So we may run against that, target some retail traders. Perfect delivery. Yeah, let's reverse from here. We're still holding the consequent encroachment, which is good on the 2 minute. But we need to move aggressively away now. No more messing with this low. As we said, stop. Our stop's below this. If we get below this fair value gap here, we're out. We're hitting consequent encroachment, so we really need to hold right now. Ideally, we would hold this wick back above the 2 minute fair value gap. Dollar still pumping though. Okay. I mean, like we said, that's best case. Now we just need to move. We can tap this consequent encroachment here and run. I'd almost feel comfortable going our stop underneath. Oh, it's only a tick. We'll just eat that stop. I was going to move it, but that's one tick from where it already is, so there's really no point in doing that. That bearish fair value gap seems to be holding us still, though. Let's get that. Let's get that expansion. Let's go right through that fair value gap right here. All right, we're trying. Volume imbalance, stay open. Push through new week opening gap. At this point, because we have left the 2 minute, I am fine just going to stop right under that swing low. Close above new week opening gap, best case scenario, because then we can invert this bearish fair value gap as well and use it as support. Need to close above it though. Dollar still pumping. And I might just close fully here at this old liquidity. Let me go to a 15 real quick. Let's see what we're working with. We do have some highs. Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah, man. How far is that? 7 handles. Now let's eat. Let's eat. Full pull, full pull. At this point, anything under volume imbalance here, bad sign. We can wick into the fair value gap, but we don't want to see the volume imbalance. Right, someone had asked me that a while ago. I can't remember who it was exactly. How we treat volume imbalances paired with fair value gaps. Here's a good example of it. It's okay if the candle reaches into the fair value gap, but I don't want to see the body close below the volume imbalance. So it would have to be a wick only. Especially because now we have closed, right? There's that 2 minute, but we've also closed above this. So we really should hold consequent encroachment. If we go back down through that new week opening gap, that's those signs of consolidation, and more than likely, yeah, we don't like that. We'll see. Body never closed below, so that's still fine. We're holding it. Dollar though, I don't like. Look at dollar. Look at dollar. Whoa! Oh, that's not dollar. Chill out. But look at dollar. Come on, what are we doing? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 straight up close candles being met by consolidation. So I still think the same thing. If we could run this high, reject quick, we should be able to get lift here. But NQ's trying to get that low. That's fine with me, right? The wick, that's fine. We've just ran that high, so let's wick that high. Sir, that's not a wick, sir. That is displacement through the high. With the volume, oh my, look at this. One volume, look at this though. Wait, how many? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12 straight volume imbalances bullish in the dollar. That's pretty bullish. NQ runs the high, trying to get a low. Not looking too hot. I mean, unless dollar's trying to get this high, which if that's the case and we're still being held here, yeah, I still think we go higher at some point. Sheesh. Sheesh, sheesh. 15-minute BPR. Yeah, I got a lot of premiums right here. Higher time frame, we haven't closed above the new week opening gap. Right, if we're going to use the 2-minute as kind of our barometer, we're holding there. So we like that the 1 minute has, but as we said, 1 minute's now closed underneath the volume imbalance. Ideally, we would get right back above it. We'll see though. Right, notice that we're kind of running into, and this is just more of a sidetrack. This kind of represents what we're seeing on the daily, right? What we spoke about earlier. After expansion into buy side, we tend to consolidate around the old buy side as we recalibrate. So if we were to look at this, really looks like that daily chart. Where we get the huge expansion, we've cleared buy side, we're consolidating, right? We go to a daily chart, we zoom in, looks just like that 1 minute. We get the expansion to clear the buy side, and now we're starting to consolidate. We could see how it's all fractalized. We zoom in. I mean, that is crazy, low-key. That's almost the same exact price delivery. Like if I did that quick, wild. But we understand it, right? So now we need to retake the volume imbalance. Because dollar says, let me just absolutely rip McGee. Potential SMT between the indices. Hold up, I'm spitting bars out here. We clear that low. We don't clear the low here. So let's expand. Dollar just, whoa, trampolines itself into a high while we're going higher. So any retracement should be met by bullishness. Let's get it. I will partial at 5 handles. Just because of how we're moving, right? We can run into where, as we run down equity, we may just continue to consolidate. So we need to get a tick above that high where we could take one off. And then we'll actually just go buy side here for the final target. But already you can see how we're running down that equity, right? And what that means is as we run highs, we have equal highs there actually. So we didn't clear that. So we can get above that. We first need to get above this. Let's close above this, reclaim the volume imbalance. We did, beautiful. Okay, now we need to hold it. If we're really aggressive, we could almost go stop here, but because we have, right, we're already profitable and this trade is pretty minuscule as far as the profits we've made, I'm fine just leaving the stop where it is so we have room to profit if price wants to run. This becomes partial. All right, dollar's about to reach that high. So with how we're being held here in ES, I do think that once we hit that area, we're going to reverse. And we should be met by bullishness in the indices here. Right, we're coming right up for this high. Bleep. So I'd like to short-term high, clear that, bam, wicket. And then we have, I mean, look at this whole range in here. Just asking for a retracement. Which, yeah, should be met by that same bullishness. Large bull flag indeed. I don't like that, if we're being honest. Because now we're about to just run the short-term low out. Punish retail traders. But I'm also hoping that they see this right here, triple top. So maybe that people are trying to pile into shorts right here. We could rip against them. We could still hold the 2 minute. We're allowing that volume bounce right there as well. So, but now as we go lower, we go lower. That doesn't make sense. BRB, quick bathroom break. All right. What we doing? What we doing? All right, dollar. Let's just dump, huh? Let's do something at least. We're getting bored here. 11 o'clock. That's time. That's time. Do it. Hey, hey, do it. Hey, hey, hey. Say psych. It's about to wick this by 1 tick. Watch. And we're not going to get partialed. No, we trust. Oh, I told y'all. Come on. All right, never mind. We're good. We're good. All right, bet. So now, boom, partialed. Now we go break even. No need to give anything back. Let's get our final objective of the day and wrap it up, baby. Give it to me. We're gonna go under there. Swing low entry. Let's go ahead and get a swing high right here, actually. Swing high exit. We almost high ticked that candle. That'd have been nice. So at this point, right, if we wick here, we have formed a new setup. Fractalized YouTube model, short-term low cleared. Holding a discount, displacement through the high with a fair value gap. I'm like, yo, we might even take that again, honestly. Like this. Shit, I might do that, to be honest. If we get back into this before we clear that buy side, I might add just one. Just one. I wouldn't mind the straight buy side though either. No swing high, heartbreak. Maybe we can get this high right here. Anyway, this is a buy side pull from, let's look when it was originally formed. March 31st. So we still use it because this is a daily swing point. Right, so that's going to be more significant than minuscule 1 minute swing points, which is why we wouldn't be surprised to see a reaction here, even though this is almost March, April, May, June, 3 months old at this point. As we said, we can return into really new week opening gapped. We held that nicely. Stop out in profit. It's fine. Oh, excuse me, jeez. Old highs tend to act as support, so we could easily hold from here. Perfect tap to run straight into the buy side. Which would be good with me. Oh, I missed it. Nice. Well, our day is complete. Let's get a swing high though. That'd be cool. Damn, we should have held for this buy side up here. Now we're content. Good day. 4 hour, 5 minute, 1 minute, 2 minute, buy side, partial, buy side. Don't do it. Stay right there. Don't you dare. Oh, it's trying. Ah, we're garbage. We're not good enough. All right, folks. We're content though. That'll be it for us today. A little recap, of course, right? We wanted to see bullishness. We get long here. We end up getting stopped. So as we said, our entry signal comes as we can close back. If we can close back above this 5 minute, we'll go ahead and use that as our entry. We close above it. Of course, I don't follow what I said. So we missed the entry. I just wanted to use consequent encroachment of it because we had that volume imbalance and we just never get that retracement, which is fine. Instead, we understand that once we displace away aggressively and open with that volume imbalance, more than likely, we're just going to want to run into the buy side. So we have no hesitation going in, volume imbalance entry. We tap into the fair value gap a few times, but it holds institutional order flow. And we get a nice low resistance liquidity run into our original buy side target. We end up high ticking that first entry. We spoke about how once we clear the buy side, we would expect a retracement into the 2-minute inversion before another run up into a second objective. So as we run that high and we retrace into it, we go ahead and get long again, catching the swing low. Give a little bit deeper retracement just into the low of the 2-minute, right? So we fully reprice into it. Once we fully reprice and move away, it becomes balanced. And that's why we see after that, we don't even retest consequent encroachment. So instead, we hold that little 1-minute fair value gap that was created in its wake. Right? As we displace above, we're creating a new 1-minute discount that holds us. And then we get that low resistance liquidity run into partial. And then ultimately, that buy side pull, which was basically our daily swing point here. That's what we were targeting. At this point, we may want to run all the way up into this. I'd watch that from here, honestly, but at this point, we're content. So if it runs up there, that's cool, right? We'll continue to be on side, but at this point, nothing really in the game for us to do. He said, well played making, I wouldn't say braver, probably just more experience, that's all. Right, a little more confidence because I've seen it play out in the past. You'll get there for sure. And as we said, right, we understand it's choppy, so we need to see specific things taking place, which is why we're fine just sitting on our hands in here. And say that we were to continue to consolidate, or even say we started selling off, right, more than likely we wouldn't have done anything. The price played out really exactly as we were forecasting, so if that takes place, I kind of see it play out before, and I don't have hesitations entering. So it works out. As of now, yeah, this is holding us pretty nicely. Wouldn't be surprised to see this hold, but of course we can't get the swing high. We fall one candle short, one candle off that swing point. So overall, good day. We're content with that, and we'll wrap it up there. Heading into tomorrow. Let's kind of clear up all this now. So that's pretty bullish. I like that. As we said, we've held the daily, which is nice. Hold up. We got to clear all this. Let's go macro. Clear that. 4 hour. Clear that. Now we'll go back. So we hold that 4 hour inversion as we were saying. Didn't expect this one to be reached. That was nice. Holding the high of the daily now, which is also nice. So yeah, next objective really becomes this 4 hour up here. It is high next too. So higher time frame objectives. Buy side here. 4 hour fair value gap, and then potentially all-time highs once again. But in the same way that we speak on the 1 minute sense, right? Last premium in this daily range. Let's say we don't want to go external range. More than likely we run out this buy side and we hold from this 4 hour and then retrace. So that's just something to watch out for. In the meantime, we'll leave y'all with that. Nice little bull run, and we're able to take advantage of it. As far as tomorrow, once again, news at, I want to say 10 o'clock. News heavy week. We love it. Oh, early news. Okay. So tomorrow will be a normal stream, 9:25 Eastern. We'll meet up. News at 8:30. We'll let that play out, and then we'll get up at 9:25 and see what we can get tomorrow. Until then, have a good rest of your day, everybody, and we will speak tomorrow morning. Take care.